before we even start, if y'all in there, man,
If you-
woo,
I'm
it's
gonna
a
give me a shout
doozy.
out Neho when this is over. I'm just letting y'all know.
And we got to get something. All right. Well, good God Almighty.
Ooh,
Woo.
baby.
Man, listen,
Promise
ladies
you.
and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Cultural Frequency, also known as Vibe Responsibly. I'm your host, Gio Richardson, and as always, I have my melanated marvels with me. Jax, how you doing tonight?
I am well. How are y'all?
Doing good, doing good, doing good.
I could use a shout out for Neho though, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
get that this
okay,
episode
all right,
today.
all right. Hey, I'm not mad at that. Whew, Lord.
I'm gonna have one for y'all too.
Yeah, well, we got to have a couple. Hey baby, how you doing?
Hey, baby. I am blessed and highly calm today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's the best way to be.
I think that's the best way for us to be right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's the best way for anybody.
Just
All right.
even
So
chill. Don't do nothing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So with that being said, before we dive in, thank you for vibing with us. If you're getting value from these conversations that want to help us keep the vibe going, please, by all means, click the link at the bottom to become a monthly subscriber for just $3. The link on the screen will take you to our Patreon membership page. There you will see different tiers you can choose from that will give you access to exclusive content, merch, perks, the ability to suggest topics, and even join us on the panel for even deeper members-only discussions. No pressure, just support how you feel led. We appreciate every single one of you. It's a small gesture that makes a big impact, helping us keep the mics hot, the vibe strong, and the culture moving forward. The link at the bottom will be shown, and it just went away. It will be shown periodically throughout this episode so that everyone gets a chance to click and subscribe. For those of you who are listening to this via an audio podcast, first and foremost, we would absolutely love for you to join us during the live stream. Please find us on YouTube, Vibe Responsibly Podcast, and get yourselves up here. As we do this every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, you all can also subscribe by going to patreon.com and search for us by typing in Vibe Responsibly and subscribe to your heart's content. And if now is not a good time, by all means, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Vibe Responsibly Podcast. And that is all one word, Vibe Responsibly Podcast. Also, we thank you all for checking in. And do me a favor, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this live with at least 5 to 10 people. Because our motto here on Vibe Responsibly is and will forever be, you will not be out here vibing alone. So share this live and tell your people to jump in the chat, tell us where they're from, and by all means, speak your entire mind. So let's see who's in the chat this evening. We got Cynthia in the building. Hey,
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 Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Cindy.
We
How
got
are you?
Paris in the building. All
Hey,
right, all
Hey,
Paris.
right.
bestie.
Got my man Derek in the building. Good evening, fam. He said, baby, you need a shot? I got you. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, brother.
That love, that love. Okay, my mom is in the building. How are my
Hey,
children?
mom.
Okay. All
Hey,
right.
Ma.
Definitely got trouble in the building. All right. Okay.
Hey, don't do that. Do not do that.
Yeah, man. Listen, holy smokes. I'm at to
That's
tighten
good
up
Don't
my
do
trouble.
my
She
seatbelt.
mama
is
like
good
that.
trouble. Good
I'm at to
trouble.
tighten up my seatbelt today. All right. So we getting right into it tonight. All right. Everybody wants accountability until it's aimed at them. We demand honesty. We demand consequences. We demand people do better. But somewhere along the way, something changed. Now mistakes live forever. One bad decision can become your identity. One moment can overshadow years of growth. And social media has turned accountability into a spectator sport. People aren't just asking, what did they do? They're asking, how badly can we make them suffer for it? But here's the question nobody wants to answer. If a person learns, changes, and grows, at what point do we allow them to move forward? So tonight we're talking about accountability, not as punishment, not as cancellation, but as growth. So tonight we're asking, what does accountability look like in 2026? Here's my first question because that's rhetorical. At what point does accountability stop being about growth and start becoming vindictive or maybe even petty? Mm,
That's that whole like you were saying, it turns into punishment on social media when you just want the person to suffer. You don't want to see them grow from the mistake they made. You don't want them to understand it was a mistake that they hurt you and to be accountable so they don't make the mistake again. You literally want to see them suffer. You want to see them crucified. And that's no longer accountability. That's straight vindictiveness. You don't care about me learning from my mistake or growing. You want to see me hurt. And I think for some people, it is that. I need you to hurt like I hurt. And that ain't necessarily accountability either. It's not supposed to be equal, it's supposed to be progressive.
All
Well,
right.
my opinion.
Okay. All right. What you got, Keish?
I agree with Jax. Like you have to be in a space to be able to accept the person and not want to punish them. Punish them is like the law. Like taking accountability, if they're taking accountability, that means they accept what they did or whatever caused that person harm and they want to apologize or fix it. Like they don't want to continue on causing you harm. So that's the reason why they take the accountability. But if you in a bad space, then that means that you want to punish them. Hurt people hurt people. So they actually want to see you being hurt just like how they were hurt. Like that's no, that's like tit for tat. Like no, you're not supposed to do that. Like if you actually care about that person, or even if that person is just somebody that's meaningful in your life, then that means that first of all, it's big for somebody even to take accountability, because that's meaning that they're accepting the mistake that they caused you or the hurt that they caused you. So that's a big huge thing. You got to take that in account too. So if they doing all that, that means that that person, you mean something to them. So that means that you need to do the same for them. That's how I see it.
Mm. I agree with both of y'all. Now, this is where I'm gonna take a spin on it because accountability was meant to correct behavior, promote growth, create responsibility, and encourage better choices. The biggest problem with accountability is not most times the person that's holding you accountable, it's the person that's being held accountable. And the reason why I say that is because most people are, I'm not gonna say most, some people are the ones that are so used to holding other people's accountable that when it's time for them to be held accountable, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. And so here's the biggest problem with that. Most don't see that they want more out of you. They see more out of you. They know you have more in you. So they hold you accountable for things. And the fact that, okay, I know you can do better. Let's do better with this. Okay, let's do better with that. But like we said before, that whole this is how I am. This is how I've always
Mm,
been. That's that's a form that you can't get past that. And having to hold somebody accountable that's never been held accountable, and they're the ones that's always holding other people accountable, it's hard for that person. It's hard for that person to have to look in the mirror and say, okay, I was wrong. It's hard for that person to look in the mirror and say, okay, I got to tighten up because this whole time they've been the person making sure that other people have been accountable for their actions. But now when it's your turn, when the mirror is turned, it's a little hard. So now, what do you do in that aspect, right? When it's flipped, when the rabbit got the gun, right? It's hard. It's hard. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. We know that, right?
yeah.
So if you've been checking people and you've been holding people accountable, and now it's your turn, oh buddy, now we got to figure it out, right? So it's a little hard for that person. Uh, Terry says, "Hey fam, I'm a little late, but I'm here. This convo is gonna be hype. I know it. You know it."
Mhm.
Uh, my mom says, "No, I'm not upset. I'm with that get back. That's why That's why we can't rise as people. It's stuff like that. That's exactly why we can't rise as people. All right. So my boy DJ Sin says, if your excuse is that's how I am, then you don't want to see the real me. It took a long time for me to calm down. I'm with you. And you know I'm with you. We used to run together. So it take a certain level of violence to get a person to be so calm. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Right? A lot of people don't understand that. So if I'm trying to hold you accountable for something, it's not so much a I'm on you, I'm on you, I'm on you. No, it's okay. I know you can do better. I know you can act better. I know you can move better. But a lot of people don't like it. It can be the smallest things. And if you've been the person that's been holding people accountable, it's hard for that mirror to be turned on you. So I ask this then: are we seeking correction or emotional satisfaction when we're holding people accountable?
I think it's a little bit of both. Because like just like you said, like if you always say you the opposite of what you just said, like say I've always been the person that people been holding accountable, that I've always had to be the one to be corrected. So this is my one chance to be able to correct somebody else. Like I feel like that's like, something that you want personally. It doesn't even have anything to do with nobody else or you wanting better for that other person. It's the fact that you want to be the person to hold somebody accountable for something that they've done.
I disagree because I feel like if we're just basing everything off of being accountable basis on the fact that we know you could do better or I know you could do better as a person. I'm watching you. I see you. This should have no emotion, even if you hurt me. The only part of that emotional connection between me holding you accountable is should be me telling you, hey, what you said, how you moved, that bothered me. And I need you to acknowledge and know that that hurt me. I should not be coming from an emotional place when I come to hold you accountable as far as it satisfying me emotionally. The only emotional satisfaction that should be given is grace because I think that's where the the stiffness between looking in the mirror comes from. We're not used to giving other people grace when they make
Mhm.
mistakes, when they fall short. It's I know you can do, you should be doing, and then when it's your turn, you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't give yourself enough grace to be like, you know what? I'm human. I messed up.
I
I
make
need to go
mistakes.
apologize and take accountability for what I did. However that looks for in the situation. The grace is the only emotion that should be affected in between any of us because we all need a little bit of grace. Go and get you some grace.
Let that
We all
let
need a
that
little bit of grace.
let that sizzle in your spirit. Um, as far as seeking correction, I think on certain levels there's a correction there. There's a correction because the accountability piece is the correction, right? It's the growth, it's the correcting on the spot kind of
Change.
situation. Yeah, change, right? So I think with I'm going to say I believe with accountability we are seeking correction. As far as emotional satisfaction, you got to get your emotions out of it. You got to get your emotions out of it. If you're getting some sort of emotional satisfaction just by always having the knife hand and having to tell people you're doing wrong, that's not accountability. That's something way different. Like you literally are just being a jerk. You are. You're being a jerk. You are. Because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Everybody's not right all the time. You're just not. Okay. Now if you just have pet peeves and everybody around you is hitting your pet peeves, you in the wrong
Might be the
circle.
problem.
It might be a problem. You might be in the wrong circle. You might need to get yourself up and move in a different circle and move with a bunch of different people because it's you in the wrong place. You are surrounded and not supported, my friend. I promise you, you are. All right. Let me see. Terry says my oldest son had to lovingly correct me. I was falling off the deep and he gently reeled me in. Grace. So yes, emotional support plays a part. Now, in that, yes, that definitely plays a
Mhm.
part. Right. But if you're getting we're not the emotional, like
Not the
the
support, the
not the emotional
satisfaction.
support, but just the satisfaction in
Right.
knowing that you got
Right.
one up on somebody. Like that's
Exactly.
different. That's not good. That's not good. He
Yeah.
said. Here you go, Jax. That's easy for you to say if you're not the one being accountable. Oh, okay. All right, mom. Huh.
She might be right. But you know what?
Whatever.
Living
Um,
living in the world, when you learn to be
whatever.
held accountable, you have to
Mm. If you live long enough, you will you know they tell you. If you live long enough, you will see,
You live
baby.
long enough, you'll know.
Mhm. But first and foremost, I want to say, hey, Samantha, I missed it. Hey, Samantha's in the building. In the great words of Jesus, Matthew 7:35, why do one look at the speck of dust in your brother's and sister's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? You ain't lying when you telling the truth.
That part.
Pot calling the kettle black, throwing
Mhm.
rocks at these glass houses, however you want to say it. I'm not mad at that. Now, shake up the world with this one. Should one mistake define an entire person forever?
no.
Absolutely not.
We say that.
Because everybody is human and everybody is not
Right.
approaching the same situation the same way. You and I could have be on the same job, have to do the same task, and we're gonna get it accomplished, but we do it two totally different ways. Because I did it my way and did it your way, I can't say your way is wrong. It might have took me longer. You might have moved quicker. I might can learn something from you and you might can learn something from me. One mistake in your whole life don't destroy your life. Now,
True.
after that, if you keep making the same mistake, it's no longer a mistake. It becomes a choice.
Yeah, that I
That
agree.
becomes a choice. That choice becomes your character, and those characteristics become your habits.
True.
That's totally different.
I agree. What you got, Keish?
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
Oh,
play. Yeah. We all on the same
That,
page.
that's what I was gonna say. Like it's not the decision that they made that is the issue. It's when they continue to do that same decision over and over and repeatedly and keep saying they sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's the not taking accountability for them keep continuing to do stuff that they know is wrong. They know without a shadow of a doubt it's wrong. No, it doesn't. That one time, no, it doesn't affect that person, and it shouldn't for the rest of their life. It shouldn't be carried with them. It should be whatever has happened, people should move on, and it should be the past. But it's when you continue to do it, that's where the problem comes in at, because people get tired of hearing, oh, I'm sorry for the same thing. Oh, that's just him doing the same thing. Like, no, like that's not okay.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Here's the deal. I think that some people, and I agree with both of you. I just know that there are some people in this world that have a hard time letting go. They say they forget and they forgive, or they forgive but they don't forget. However they want to be saying it, right? I've seen so many people say that and still can't get past that hump of the mistake that was made of on someone's behalf that hurt them. I've seen it so many times. Um and understand that, I'm with y'all. It ain't too many more times you're gonna keep doing the same thing that I told you I didn't like till I get to the point where I feel like, yeah, you didn't say screw me a couple times because you're just gonna keep doing what you want to do. And I get that. I get that. And I know there's people out there that just really don't care. They're just gonna keep doing it and keep playing in your face. But understand this, there comes a time where you're gonna reap what you sow. You're gonna do
Mhm.
that. Like everything that this person's been asking you not to do, it's gonna come back to you in some shape, form, or fashion. I need y'all to know that. This is not, everything. People say karma. Do I believe in karma? Yes, I do. To an extent, right? I honestly believe that you are going to find out in some way that what you were doing was wrong by an experience or a situation.
Mhm.
It's not
I'm
going to
with
hit
that.
you right then and there. It's just not, because this is something that you're used to doing. This is a habit for you. So even if somebody telling you that they don't like it, you're going to continue doing it because it's like, well, feel good to me. I don't feel like I'm doing it wrong. And I've been trying to explain that's not the case. Someone tells you, hey, I don't like this. I'm not feeling what you're doing. And you continue doing it. Yeah, it's literally going to affect you somewhere down the line because you didn't heed to what they're saying. And then when it happens to you, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you. Yeah, well, you see, oh God, here we go. Gee, you slapped my piece out of my hand and see, and you didn't take accountability. I need that today in cash with interest. Come get it. Come get that cash with interest. I give you my address. I guarantee you, it'll be like you going to church though. You'll come here one way and leave another. I guarantee you that. Show up at my
See, if
door.
we talk about mistakes, we're not talking about intentional choices. We're not talking about you being
Right.
intentional, intentionally hurting me, and you made a
Yeah.
conscious effort. We talking about mistakes, legitimate
Yeah.
mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't a mistake though. I did that on purpose. I slapped that piece out of his hand on purpose. Yeah, I
You
did. He
wanted his
was
pizza?
no, I didn't want his pizza.
Oh,
I didn't think he should have the pizza either. So I slapped that out of his hand. So then yeah.
you owe this man a whole pizza, not a
Oh that
slice of
man.
pizza, because I want
Literally.
a whole
Oh that
pizza.
man no pizza. Listen, So my next question is, why is forgiveness easier to request than it is to give?
Because we want something we're not willing to give somebody else. We
Mm,
want things that we are not willing to give. And it also comes, it's like some people have a issue saying, I'm sorry. It's like it takes something out of you. It burns your gut and it churns your stomach to say, I'm sorry.
mm,
Some of us just aren't willing to give what we want. And that feeling alone, you be like, well, I don't want to feel that. You don't want to feel the responsibility and what comes in your gut when somebody says, I don't like that. I don't appreciate how you talk to me. Or when you approach me, that hurt my feelings.
mm,
You want people to accept your behavior and be cool with it and move on. Not happening everywhere.
mm-mm. Not at all.
Definitely not over here.
Heck no. All right. So what you got, Keys?
It's two things that happen. The first thing is because you have to admit that you wronged somebody. And if you are a kind person, that can hurt. So it could be hard for you to say that you're sorry because you don't ever want to be that person to hurt someone. And then the second thing is that happens is the fact that you may want to always be right. You could always want to be right. And that means that somebody is telling you that you're wrong. And it's like, no, I'm not wrong. Like, you did this and this is the reason why this happened. Like, no, you're wrong. And they don't ever want to be wrong. So they're not gonna never apologize. Just like Jack said, like that hurts them to their core in order to have to say sorry because that's admitting that they were wrong and admitting that they hurt somebody.
Mm,
I
okay.
guess it's a thought. Maybe some people don't have the language. Maybe that's a issue. You don't have the language to, and you don't want to say, I'm sorry. Here's the reason why I teach my kids to apologize. Because you're
Apologize.
not sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to do that, or it wasn't my intention to hurt your feelings. Maybe that's a commonality. The language doesn't exist. And I can wholeheartedly agree with because enough of us don't go to therapy to get the language we need to communicate. And we don't know how to communicate.
Mm, all right. They said it. I'm moving on to the next question. They just said everything I was gonna say. I guess I'll go to the comments. Let's see what's going on in the chat. My mom said, "How much mistakes you gonna make and expect?" Oh Lord, my mom's typing so hard. Can expect to be forgiven so much. Come on now. I agree. You can't keep messing up. Good. Mm, good afternoon,
Good
beautiful family.
afternoon.
I'm gonna go with
Yes,
that.
it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna say good afternoon. That's all I'm at. Mm,
Good afternoon.
all right.
Good
Short
afternoon.
case. Short
Said
case.
need to face the truth, and that's apologize. All right. I'm gonna go with apologize. Okay.
Some people do need to face the truth and apologize.
They do.
Some
They do.
apologies are old, and sometimes you got to be big enough to recognize, even if the person didn't ask for it, you owe them an apology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to be big enough. You got to be a big
Right.
enough person to be able to apologize. That's hard, especially when you're holding on to pride and ego. Because
That's what be
sometimes it ain't
turning their
even.
stomach.
But
The
sometimes it ain't
pride and
even
the
pride and
ego.
ego. Sometimes it's the people that you around that won't allow you to do it because you want to save face for the people that you're around.
Yeah.
So when you do that, then you don't even realize that years go by
You done burnt
and you
your own little
find yourself in
bridge.
a situation where you know what? I need to talk to this person. Oh, baby.
And so and
Four,
so is not
three,
answering.
4 years done went by. You call my number?
No, I'm not answering.
I'll be like, ain't no way.
Samsung got this new little thing where it tell you who calling you and it go to voicemail and it lets you hear the voicemail and
Yep.
decide if you want to pick up. Yeah,
Ain't
no.
look,
Go
look,
in and
look,
talk to the
look.
box.
I ain't gonna start no argument, but that ain't just Samsung now. Calm down. All right. You said that proud too. Samsung got this new feature.
Yep.
That's
Hey, we
okay.
rock with Samsung over here. I don't know about
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
And
about
all
for
somebody
right.
me,
else.
it's not gonna be 3 or 4 years. It's gonna be 3 or 4 weeks. Sometimes it might be 3 or 4 days because you know if you did something wrong, and if you don't come to me with an apology, especially where if I have to come to you to get my apology to tell you, and you know you did wrong, like that's not cool.
The
Yeah.
level of mistake in turn directs the level of time span I'm giving you to come in for us to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing wrong. And if we live in the same house, oh yeah, most definitely. Like there's a level of time span for us to have a conversation. Family, blood, friends, it's a level of time that we give each other to come in and have a conversation. Because if we don't, what are we doing?
Mm. Uh, I don't know exactly what this is, but I'm gonna
I don't
click
know.
on it.
I don't like your face.
In my husband's words, what? What?
Oh, you told your ass. That was my daddy's favorite thing.
You told
God
your
rest,
because
God
that's a
rest my
toilet.
father's
All right.
soul.
All
If
right.
my father ever said you told your ass with him,
That's it.
don't come back,
I ain't
don't
mad at
talk,
that. I'm not mad
don't
at
have a
that.
conversation. He gonna go his way and you go your way. Cause there's nothing
Hmm.
else to be said.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that
You don't want to
because
have no conversations. Don't ask for nothing. Don't need nothing. Just go on about your way.
some things are irreconcilable. Like you can't think that everything has a everything has an answer.
Yeah.
Everybody's not built the same.
Agreed.
Hmm.
Every apology is not going to be taken the same way.
You know
Now,
what I was
on one
told?
side, you could say you apologize to somebody, and it was like, oh, okay, I forgive you, blah, blah, blah. On the other side, somebody could barely be like, man, I don't want that.
I was
I don't
told
need
you
that.
can extend the apology and it might not be accepted. And you have
Might
to
not
live
be
with that.
accepted. You got to.
Hmm.
You
You
got to
got to.
live with it.
So if you don't feel like you want to go through that, don't do the dumb thing. Don't do that. Terry says, I think somewhere in grade school we should incorporate empathy lessons because we definitely have a lack of empathy in today's society.
Almost definitely.
Um, I like that. Just what does it look like though?
You know,
What does
back
it
when
look
we
like?
were in school, they made us apologize to each other. You
Yeah.
couldn't,
Hmm.
you did timeouts, and before you came back together, you had to. You might have had to hold hands. You might have had to shake.
Yes.
You might have had to
Yeah.
look each other in the face and say some
Put the
words.
books up.
Yeah.
Do
Right? You
something
had to
together.
come together.
Now that we need to get back to.
Yeah.
I don't believe they're doing that. I think that we need to get back to because, it's and I say this all the time. How you do anything is how you going to do
And you do
everything.
everything. Yep.
If I find that you are doing things uh just in your own convenience and you don't do it, you sometimes you don't just not even something, but all the times you don't see everything all the way through. I don't expect a whole lot out of a person that does that. I don't.
Don't have a level of urgency for nothing.
Because the reason what
Right.
that too, that part, but that would also mean that at some point you're gonna drop the ball when it come to me. At
Mhm.
some
And
point,
that's
you're gonna
something
drop the ball
important.
somewhere. You're gonna drop the ball. And I'm not waiting on that. I'm not waiting on you to drop the ball. I'm going to extend whatever the friendship is. I'm going to be who I need to be around you, but expecting certain things out of you, yeah,
Oh no.
nah, champ.
Yeah, no.
I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm not about to say, hey man, make sure you pick up the yeah, you are the one not to
Nope.
be counted on. And I get
Right.
that.
No.
But if you do
No.
bring something, I'm happy,
Cool.
joyful. I'm just not gonna ask you to bring nothing. Because
Right.
the moment you don't bring it, I'm be like, I knew he wasn't gonna bring it because I could tell how you
Shouldn't have asked you to do that because can't ask you to pick up the cake.
I should have expected it. Right? So Joker bring half a cake. Whose cake is this? Well, this the cake they had on the counter. That's not the cake. So, I don't do that. Samantha says, what if you never get an apology? However, behavior changes. I guess actions speak louder than words. That works for certain people because
That
certain
don't work
people
for me.
expect both. They want the apology and they
I
want
can
you to
re-
change.
I can respect your change action,
Yeah.
but if you can acknowledge that you hurt me or there was an action on your behalf that affected me and you don't give me the opportunity to see that you're going to acknowledge it, yeah, I can see you change, but I can also see me moving around.
Right.
Because every action, every mistake can't go unanswered for. It can't always be,
Hmm.
well, see, I changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you changed, but you're not acknowledging the fact that this bothered somebody else.
Yeah.
This was something on someone else's behalf that you created.
And that's the accountability piece, right?
Because if you never
Because
tell me you're sorry, are you really being held accountable?
no, you skated
You just
around it.
No.
moved. You
You
moved
skated around
Right.
it.
around.
That's it. You skated
Yeah.
around it. You felt like, okay, well, I'm gonna change behavior because, but I'm not gonna say anything. Huh? What do you mean? You're not gonna say anything. So just like Jack said, you're not gonna acknowledge the fact of what you did. You're just gonna change. Now, I can, like you said, I can admire the change. I can.
Hmm.
At the same time, I think I'm well due an apology. I think I am, especially if you have wronged me in some type of way. I do feel like that. And that's just anybody, not just myself. I think that if you do somebody wrong in any shape, form, or fashion, I think that you should be man or woman enough to say, I apologize, and then change said behavior.
Recognize and acknowledge.
There you go.
Yes.
That's
Easy
it.
peasy.
That's it. Now we say easy peasy, but Terry says, how you do anything is how you do everything. Well, I've heard the word for today. Hey man, you can log off, Terry. You can log off. You got what you needed. That's all right. You got what you needed. Oh, I like, hey, DJ Sin, you said this one. Every mistakes comes with an invoice. Let that sizzle in your spirit. I like that. Every
Hmm.
mistake comes with an invoice. Boy, you said that today. All right. My man, oh, this is my mom. Yes, it is. If I ever
Mhm.
see that you've done something wrong to me and then you want to turn around and apologize down the line, now you should have did it from day one. Okay. Got it. Should have did it from day one. Okay. Debo, what's going on, Debo? I see you in here. I can respect the person's growth and maturity. However, come address your offenses. Yes, please.
Yep.
Gotta address it, man. I feel like, you know, you and a lot of people don't have that in them. They just don't have the fact that, that let me back up. Some people don't like confrontation. I said it in the podcast before. That is a form of confrontation. That's what it
It is.
is. Because
And I said it.
when you apologize, because here's the thing that most people are scared of with apologize with apologies. The one thing that people are scared of with apologies is the response. It's always this response. Hey, I apologize. You apologize for what? Oh, oh.
But
Now you gotta relive what you did. Now
Hmm.
you gotta you gotta shuffle through all that mess and apologize. And then they hit you with the and what else? And what else? And what else?
I
If
believe this is based on how you learn. This is based on how you learn. When we were coming up, we weren't taught to apologize for the action we create. So we know what we did, so we do something different. We were taught to just apologize. We
Mhm.
were taught to just say, I'm sorry, or I apologize and move on. I teach my kids, apologize for what you did. I apologize for taking that. I
Yeah.
apologize for breaking that. I
Mhm.
apologize.
Yeah.
Be accountable. Hold yourself accountable. When you apologize and you state what you did, guess what? Nobody else has to hold you accountable because you apologized and you know what you did. So you show the other person, I'm aware of what I did. Now, when you don't change, hey, that level of accountability that goes up, you
Yeah.
subjected yourself to that.
There
But
you
that's how
go.
I grew up. Like when my mom, the way she raised us, if whatever we did, we had to say what we did and what we apologized for. It wasn't no, oh mama, I'm sorry. No, or and we definitely couldn't say we were sorry. We had to say, I apologize and what why we did it. Why we did it and what we did.
Mm.
So, when we were growing up, I had a science teacher. Boy, he was so funny. Don't be sorry. Be careful.
Yep.
She
I
would
know
say
you.
Be
that too.
sorry. Be careful.
Now I had one that say, "I know you're sorry, but what you apologizing for?" Ooh, that used to sting. I know you're sorry. You ain't got to tell me you're sorry. What you apologizing for?
I'm
First of
well
all,
aware that you are sorry.
first of all, sir, it's six of us. We'll jump you in here. Don't play. No, I'm just playing. But my mom says, "That's right. Make it clear. Make it plain. Tell me why you apologizing, so I'll know that you understood what you did to me." All right.
I feel
It's
like that's only fair.
a lot of oomph in that, mom. Calm down. All right. Sharon says apologies and mean what apologies for, or mean what you apologizing for. Yeah, mean it. Don't just come in there with your head
If you
down,
do
looking at your
that, you
feet.
know you mean it.
Let me tell you why I'm apologizing. No, look at me.
Right. Look me in
Look at
my eye,
me.
because when
Look
you
me in
bring it
my
back
eye.
up, you might see the hurt in me.
Cause when you hurt me, hey, you were looking around at something. Look me in the face. God dang it. My man Debo says, what about the folks that get saved or have a life change but won't apologize? The ones that say, God forgave me, so should you. Let me then let me explain something,
Wait a
Debo. I'm
minute.
gonna say I'm gonna say this in the
Uh-oh.
best way possible.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say this in the best way possible. Um, See, the problem with that is now you're a little too highfalutin, and now you blaming God, or now you want to put it on God that God forgave you. Talking about some uh
Jesus paid it
G-
all.
God know my heart, right? Jesus, it was the blood. It was the blood.
What's the
It was the
blood?
blood, right? So, and this is what you want to use as an excuse until somebody sends you up on yonder to be next to God because you won't apologize. We're not gonna do that. See, we're not gonna
By
use
his
God.
stripes, I'm healed. I'm
we're
healed.
not gonna we're not gonna use God as an excuse. About if it's God's will, it's God's bill. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna be big enough, men and women, whether you change your life, you in the church, or you on the street corner. No, you're gonna be big enough to say, "Hey, I did this, and I apologize for it." Don't use God as no excuse. Don't do that. You ain't using. Oh, I almost said something. Anyway, um, again, the best apology is change behavior. People say I'm sorry and I apologize all the time. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Oh Lord.
True.
Let's move on to the next question because I almost said something. Ooh, all right. Do people actually change or simply become better at hiding who they are?
Mhm.
Mm,
It's a little bit of both for some people.
okay.
It's both. Some people don't want to be held accountable enough, or it comes enough that they're like, you know what? Let me just tuck that away. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tuck it. And when
Not
there are
tuck it.
people around them who don't know them or don't know that version of them, then they can present that. But a person who is really accountable and cares and is concerned about how they're treating other people, they're going to change. And you're going to see the change in them. You're gonna see how they move, how they react. In reference to that little Christian thing, I could be a Christian and change my life. Them people who I hurt in the background gonna still see me when I come back and I got a suit or a tie and a white dress on and I got a cloth on my lap and I got a whole hat that's bigger than New Jersey on my head. They not gonna forget who I was when I hurt them. So if one of them see me and they say, you know what you did 10 years ago? Hey, baby, I'm a changed person now. And I hope you can forgive me for what I did back then because I've changed my life and move on. It's real easy.
First of
Easier for
all,
some of us.
first of all,
Let me not, yeah, let me not
I
bring
get
it
that. I get that. First of all, let me say this. if if I don't care where I'm at, if I'm walking out of church or if I'm in a restaurant and I got on that hat bigger than New Jersey, let's explain something to you. If you approach me about something I did 10 years ago, baby,
back.
you should have caught me before I pulled all them calendars off the wall. I don't remember what I did
Right.
10 years ago. That's my exact response. Well, 10 years ago, let me stop you. Do you know how many calendars I pulled off the wall? I don't remember what I did. Remind me what I did. And then when you
And there's
say
nothing
it,
wrong with that.
I'm gonna be like, so you mad about, and that's my response, regardless. Like, you still mad about that? 10 years ago, this is what you've been holding on to. How many kids you got? I got 3. How old are your kids? Why are you still mad at me? Life has gone on. Like, baby, I'm living my best life. I'm over here trying not to slap box with Jesus. I'm doing good in my life
With a hat the size of New Jersey.
with a hat the size of New Jersey. You understand? I'm trying to do good. And you worry about something 10 years ago. You know what that is? That is somebody that literally wants to pull you back into the person you used to be. That's what that is.
I
Don't
don't
remind me of what I
necessarily
did 10
know.
years ago. What?
Some hurts don't heal overnight.
Well,
Me and
that ain't
David just talked
overnight.
about
That's a
this.
decade.
Some hurts don't heal. And sometimes, and there are some people who feel like they need, you like we have an agreement. You can't you can't put a deadline on people's hurt. You can't put a deadline on their emotions. And when you do stuff to people, you got to be willing to sit in the deadline. If I don't want to talk to you today, tomorrow, next week, you got to be okay with the fact that I don't want to talk to you because you hurt me. You can't put a deadline on my hurt and my pain.
You sure is right with what you're saying, but don't come to me 10 years later.
Not
I
with all
might
this
be
social media.
mm, I might be saved, but I ain't soft. Hey, calm down.
Oh my God.
Calm down. All right.
Safe
Samantha
but not
says
soft.
we all you like that? Let that sizzle in your spirit. All right. Samantha says we all have different requirements and expectations. That's the beauty of this awesome podcast where folks can share their opinions. Oh, Samantha. Look
Safe but
at
not
you.
soft.
You can hold on to that one. That's
I
cool.
am. I'm writing it down.
All right. That's right, Sharon. Hey, let go, let God handle it. Please. Please. My boy Debo. Shout out to New Jersey.
Sure, because I ain't from there.
Yo.
Maybe I
Because
should have said Texas.
that joke said bigger than New Jersey. Like, what? And New Jersey ain't that big, but let's go. All right.
I ain't about all the big hats. I should have said Texas
You
though.
should have said
Texas
Texas.
is a
That's
big state
funny.
anyway.
All right. What evidence should we require before believing someone has changed?
That's a
You
big
need the
blanket.
evidence of their character. Their character speaks loudly than anything.
Okay.
So if their character is flawed, then you can't believe nothing that they say or nothing that they do. But if their character is not, and they actually showing you that they change and actually putting forth the effort, and you see the growth and you see everything different, then that's your evidence right there.
Okay. What you got, Jax?
That's a big blanket. I don't think you can. I think that's how people get hurt feelings too. You put a level of expectation on somebody instead of just letting them be themselves and bringing about whatever change they can see or bring to the table after you've acknowledged or made them aware that there was a mistake or there was something that y'all couldn't agree on. We can't
Mm,
necessarily depict everybody's change. You got to let people, you got to give them grace. Let them change on their own or let
okay.
God change them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as far as evidence, should we require? Um, I think requirements, when you say requirements, I think that's evidence of you wanting to let somebody back into your life, right? And so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that the change definitely has to be visible. It has to be, and when I say visible, I don't mean they got to be a completely different person. They're transformed into something, but I do believe that the change has to be there and it has to be an evidence of said change. If you have hurt me in such a way where I need to be sure that if I'm allowing you back in my space, that I can trust you with that, right? And I think in that sense, I would require some sort of evidence because if the hurt is so great, or it was so great that you don't see yourself being around this person again, but they've told you, hey, I've changed and I'm doing all of this and I'm trying to be a better person and I'm in church or whatever the case may be, then that change, that's there has to be an evidence of said change. Because nobody wants to continuously be hurt. I just don't see that. Well, hold on. I know a lot of people that's gluttons for
Like the
pain,
victims to the circumstances.
just gluttons for pain, right? But understand this, for those that are not, and they require said change, I do believe the evidence of that change has to be there for those type of people. Because it's case in point, if it was a marriage and the marriage, disintegrated because either somebody did something or whatever the case may be, there has to be evidence of change that, hey, either we can work on it or we cannot. So in that sense, or not even just marriage, just you dating somebody or you're with somebody and something happens, there has to be evidence of some sort of change in order for them to get back together. If not, it's a wrap. Derek says, my wife hurt me in '08. I had to get over it, bro. I don't know why I
You
clicked on that. Lord Jesus. All right. Here we
maybe
go.
the evidence is the respect of a boundary. Maybe it's a boundary
Could
and
be.
that boundary is respected. Maybe that's what the evidence can look like.
Very much
Yeah,
so. Barry
definitely.
says
Yeah.
there should be fruit. Otherwise, it's just the gift of gab. Because some people could be telling you that they change and it's really not there. My mom says, I want receipts you change looking like the same BS to me. And we're going to move on. All right. Come on, boy. I
Right.
love you, girl. All right. This is a great topic tonight. We have family right now that have not received the apology they expected and have imprisoned themselves and not lived their life due to an apology not given. It happens. Sometimes we do
Mhm.
create our own prisons because we put ourselves in this form of isolation because we don't want to be hurt again, or they don't want to talk to this person. So, and this is kind of childish, but I'm gonna say it. Sometimes family members don't get along, and then you tell somebody about it, and all of a sudden you see they're cool. It hurts you that they're cool with them. Like I told you what they did to me. Why would you go over there and, hey, hold on now, stop. This is still family. Like I know you're hurt, but I'm not gonna stop talking to my cousin because you and my cousin had a little, tiffed or whatever the case may be. But
Right.
it happens. So that person feels like everybody hurt them. And now they've put themselves in this form of isolation and they've imprisoned themselves. And now they're not at the family reunions, they're not at the barbecues, they're not at the cousin cruises or whatever the case may be. And it's a sad place to be because sometimes you do have to move on. Just like that 10-year
Mhm.
apology. Sometimes you do have to move on. Sometimes you're just not going to get that apology. And it's okay. But you can't imprison yourself because you didn't get what you felt like you should have gotten in a certain time frame. Now that other person is living their entire life. They are good. I'm talking about they are successful. The money coming in, they done got to the bag. They got all the new cars. And you sitting at home, binge watching Bridgerton with cats, eating cucumber sandwiches by yourself. It ain't no need
Sharing
to
tuna
be.
with the cats.
Yeah. Come on.
And sometimes they don't even know that they even wronged you. They might not even know. So you might be holding on to something that this person don't even know that they did. And that's the reason why you never got the apology because they don't even know what happened.
It's the
They
reason why I
lost.
believe sometimes people just don't have the words. And it ain't even the words to apologize. Sometimes it's the words to say, look, I don't like that.
Mm. And it's
Got
okay to
to
say
learn to
that.
communicate.
It's
Right.
okay to say you don't like something. It's all right.
Mhm.
I think the biggest problem most people have, they don't say the thing that needs to be said. Say the
Agree.
thing that needs to be said and
I
and
don't
stop
like
feeling
this. I don't like the way you talk to me. I
and
don't
that's
like how you
okay.
approach me.
And it is okay to say all of those things. You know why it's okay to say all of those things? Because now you have a boundary. And there's nothing wrong with you having boundaries. Nothing at all. Boundaries are good. Regardless of what anybody tells you and how they feel about your boundaries, boundaries are good. Boundaries are safe. Boundaries keep you from
Safe.
feeling like you got to put your hands on somebody.
I'll just keep you out of
Boundaries
jail.
for real. And hmm, boundaries will keep the habitual line steppers away.
You lie.
You understand? Like you
Yep, I lied.
I'm for real. Like you gotta draw the line in the sand because if you don't, people are gonna treat you exactly how they just want to treat you. Draw the line
Yeah.
in the sand. That is your boundary. It's okay to have boundaries. Okay, it's all right. Um, Sharon says, "Right, speak it. All right now," and then had the nerve to come right back and say, "Amen, amen." All right, I'm with all that. Terry said, "Not Bridgerton and cats." Yes, Bridgerton and cats, and you forgot the cucumber sandwiches. All right.
And sharing tuna with the cats.
And sharing it with the cats. Nasty. All right. Ugh. All right. So where would your life be if every mistake you made became your permanent identity? Where would your life be if every mistake you made became your permanent identity?
In a pit. Thank
Mm,
God for grace and mercy.
Jesus, a pit.
Yes.
On broken knees.
Mm, Jesus. All right. I'm dealing with some heathens. All
No.
right.
And I say that because when you think about the span of mistakes that you make in life,
Yeah.
there have been some mistakes that we have made. And I'm gonna say we because I know y'all, we have all made that have resulted in some really good blessings, but they was mistakes. And you was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I can't believe
Yeah.
I did that. I can't believe I got
Yeah.
caught up with that. Lord, If I was the identity of all the mistakes, Jesus, I ain't gonna put me in the pit. Just don't put me in the pit. Leave me by
Mm.
myself. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
I'm gonna be honest. I know what my life would be like. I do. Like every single day, I'd hear somebody scream out, "Stone him!" Like bad. I'm talking about horrible. You hear me? Every day, stone him, and I'm just looking around. Who else got a rock? What is going on? So it's
Jeez. Y'all
yeah,
throwing rocks
man.
at me 5 days a week.
I'm talking about they taking shifts. This is crazy. So yeah,
Thank God for
man.
grace and mercy.
Thank
Hello.
God for grace, mercy, breakthrough, and
Hello,
favor.
somebody.
I'm talking about beyond all understanding. Okay, please.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
If growth is possible, why is accountability often easier to demand from others than ourselves? Mm.
I think it's easier to pick out somebody else's flaws and issues and all the things rather than ourselves because we're not going to give somebody else grace. We're going to make sure we hold them accountable because we want the best for them or because we want to see them, exceed. But for ourselves, it's harder because, like I keep saying, like we don't want to be wrong about decisions that we make in our life and how we move and where we go. And so I think it's just easier because we can actually see them. We can't see ourselves though sometimes.
Mm. Okay. What you got, Jax?
I agree with Keish, and I think sometimes I believe for most of us, we are our own worst critic. Like we don't give ourselves the you messed up, pick it up, move on. We give ourselves the golly, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I made it. I can't believe I
Mm-hmm.
was so stupid. We give ourselves such poor language with no grace that we end up beating ourselves. Those of us who do, we end up beating ourselves up more than the people around us that see us make the mistakes. And they literally see it for what it is. It's a mistake. Here's an opportunity for you to do something different, come back and change. We hold ourselves, we crucify ourselves. It could be one mistake, and we gonna crucify ourselves and hold ourselves, nail ourselves to the wall, and just be over it. Versus giving yourself space, reevaluating your mistake, and moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Happens a lot. Happens to me too. I'm telling
You
you.
with your own head 24/7, and you be in that sap sucker.
Man, I'm
Nasty.
talking
Spinning,
about
spinning.
You be in it
talking
nasty.
talking
Say
that
all
not
kind of
in
stuff to yourself
not
that
in
you
that
shouldn't be saying.
nasty. What? This is another nasty song. Anyway, listen.
I didn't mean
Mm-mm,
that.
mm-mm.
You know,
So
you know
Mm-mm.
what? We be doing
hold on,
good,
man.
and you take that thing
Hold on.
and run
I'm
off
I'm
the
trying to
rails.
explain. So yes, definitely we have to do better in encouraging ourselves. The conversations that we have with ourselves, we definitely have to do better. You have to understand we wake up to ourselves every morning.
Mhm,
The first things that you think about in the morning is how you start your day. It's how your day is gonna go. Whether you talk to God first or you give yourself an encouraging word, you build yourself up with affirmations. But you have to understand that if nothing else happens, if you are around no one else, you are around you 24/7.
Your voice
mhm,
is the
You
first thing
can't
you hear.
continue to treat other people very well and do yourself dirty. You cannot. You have to at least give yourself the opportunity to speak life into yourself in the event that no one else ever does. You have to. There is there is so much power in giving ourselves the grace we need, in giving ourselves the right mindset that we need, and giving ourselves the right to say, hey, let's hunt the good stuff today.
yeah.
Let's find the good in the day. The whole entire day might not have been the best, but find the good in the day.
Where's the silver lining?
Where's the silver lining? But you have to make sure that you are taking care of you, not just physically, not just financially, but mentally, because your mindset is going to take you further than you could ever imagine. If you believe you can do it, partner, please believe. All it takes is for you to believe that little one thing and just be like, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. And you keep chucking away at it. It's going to happen. Is it going to happen today, tomorrow, next week? It may not. But if you keep pushing forward with the right mindset, I promise you it will work out for you. Now, with that being said, it's got to be something productive now. Don't get out there and trying to do something crazy, being, I'm not going to say what it is, but just be positive. We'll just put it that way. Do something positive with your life. But with that being said, you also have to understand that motivation is fleeting. Motivation is very fleeting. Okay. Um, Commitment, consistency, and definitely discipline. Don't always count on motivation because that motivation ain't always going to be there. But the consistency, commitment, and discipline, keep those. And I guarantee you get you exactly where you want to be. My man Debo says, I'd still be a prideful homeless 18-year-old with a chip on my shoulder bigger than New Jersey. This is crazy. They're not going to let that go. All right. So Samantha says, some actually die at 20. However, the funeral is really until they are 75. They need Jesus. Yes. Some people actually, they count themselves out. All right, Debo, once again, facts. You got to count your blessings all the time. All the time. Count your blessings. There is somebody right now in this world that's praying for the life that you live right now.
Absolutely.
Regardless of you feeling like you don't have everything that you're supposed to have, or you feel like you got to grind to get to where you got to get, or you just feel like you're missing something in your life, there is somebody right now in this world that is praying for the life that you live right now. All the things
Absolutely.
that you complain about, they are praying for those things. All the things that you
God
feel like
great.
you're missing
Yeah.
out on because you can't do this, you can't do that, they are praying for all of those things.
Kids that get on your nerves, somebody want them.
Know that you are blessed every single day. Know that you are blessed. Man, you might, like you said, you might even want them kids. Somebody want them. Somebody wish they could have kids.
Yeah.
And you
Somebody wish they
complaining
could
about
have that house,
and
that
you can
car, that
yeah,
job.
and you complaining about it. Man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. If my car start acting up, I'm still thank you God I got a car to drive. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I promise you. You got to be mindful of how you've been blessed beyond all
Hmm.
understanding, the favor you have on your life, the breakthroughs that have taken place. And you shouldn't be walking around feeling like, "Oh my God, why don't I have?" You'll get it. You just got to work for it. My mom says, "I say self, have a blessed day." I tell myself, "Self, let no one set your day, own your day." As long as you're not answering
Hmm.
yourself, mom, we're good. We're all right. Because that sounded like you was never mind. Anyway,
You know what? You are not gonna turn your mama's positivity into that. No, you will not.
just saying it sounded like a question was there and she answered it. I don't like that. We'll talk about this after the show, mom. All right, so
You gonna leave her
have
alone.
we become
Right.
have we, have we become too comfortable explaining our flaws instead of correcting them?
I think we have because that mentality of, oh, I've been this way my whole life. I've been doing it this way my whole life. Because you've been doing it that way your whole life, don't necessarily mean it's right. And sometimes how you've done it or how you are doing it doesn't mean it's beneficial to you or those around you. You can't walk through life and just be like, yep, I'm gonna do this way my whole life. And you walk around with a broke club foot because you wouldn't listen to nobody.
Not the
Hey,
broke
do
club
it your
foot.
way. Yeah. I'm on one today.
Mm.
Yep.
Definitely. What is
All right.
happening?
Go. All right, Keish, what you got? I'm all right.
Yeah, I would say I agree with Jax, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening today.
I think you need to reword that. That's what I think. 'Cause, boy, all
You
right.
know what? Oh
Mm.
Jesus.
But yeah, that goes back into wanting to be right all the time. Like, you explain it, your flaws, you explain it, like this is just me. Like that goes back into wanting to be right and not taking accountability for actually being wrong. And you know what else I think too? People that are around yes friends and yes family members, that they can contribute to that, because they are the ones who say, oh, that's just John, he does that all the time, don't worry. No, like John is crazy, like That's not okay.
Whoa, we we going off the deep end. What? John is crazy. Oh my god. You know,
Like that's not okay.
John been robbing people for 33 years. That's just John. No, John is
Exactly. That's
crazy.
just him. Just put your pocketbook up. Like what? No.
Right.
First of all,
Like I ain't
whoa,
never say nothing to you. I ain't never called the police. Call the
first of
police
all,
on time.
first of all, what establishment or party am I in that when John come in, you tell me to put my stuff away? I'm at the wrong party. I just what? Hey man, go ahead and tuck your chain. Is Bo in the building?
Yeah, this is Devo. You know what I'm saying?
What
My
are we doing?
grandmama gave me this thing.
No, man, I'm no longer comfortable. That's my time. That is my cue. I'm gonna go. No, my mom gonna say I answer myself. Yep, definitely straight jacket material. All right, we gonna have a talk, ma. Don't worry about it. All right, Samantha says people need to stop scrolling social media, absorbing the fake news and fake lives of others. Be grateful and give thanks daily. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I tell people that
Pick
all
up
the
a book.
time. Get
Read it.
off of social media looking at all these fake lives. You got people borrowing other people's clothes, taking pictures. Y'all calm down. And I know that to be a fact because I know somebody that was doing it and they got thousands and thousands of followers. Calm down. Them people ain't who you think they are. I promise
Oh
you,
my
they're not.
Like
God.
some fake weddings.
Hmm. And that fake Louis, that fake Birkin, we see you, fakey. But it's okay. That's how people do. Just stop looking at these people, believing that they're living these perfect lives. Because a lot of them are very sad,
Yeah.
because this is all that they have. Their lives are not what they put out to be. It's not what you think it is. Most of them are doing crazy stuff to get this money. And it
Mm-hmm.
ain't, and most of the time, it's not OnlyFans. It's off of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So just be mindful, right? Stop looking up to these people. Oh, they got 1.2 million followers. Yeah. And they cry every single day because they're not happy with their lives and how it's going and how they had to get to that 1.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Be mindful, y'all. Be mindful. Why do people become defensive when confronted with the truth? Mm.
Some people aren't ready for the truth. Some people aren't ready to, and they're not ready to accept whatever that truth is. And it's easier to get angry and lash out at people versus stand in the hot water that you got yourself in and accept what it is being presented to you and actively go about trying to change that.
Yeah. She got Keith.
I would say it's because they are worried because somebody actually sees a flaw in them. So they're afraid that somebody actually took the time to care enough to actually see them and see that flaw and actually wanted to correct it. And they wasn't ready to correct it themselves.
Mm. I'm gonna go with Jax. A lot of people just they're scared of the truth, and many people haven't been told the truth. They
Truth hurts
haven't.
sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it ain't no sometimes. Truth hurts, period, because it's what it is. It's the truth. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. Okay, well, then cool. If you cockeyed, then be cockeyed. I don't have to necessarily point out. I can say something like, you look like you picking up loose change with your head face forward, right? So you can say stuff like that. But back to, I'm just cracking jokes. I'm sorry. I don't talk about cockeyed people. Not on Tuesdays. So people normally just are not hearing the truth that they need to hear. You don't have to be a jerk about telling somebody the truth about themselves. But the thing is, you can't sit around and just watch people be just ignorant and just dumb to things. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, you have to check your people in a way where it's loving, right? But you have to check them. There's no way in the world that you can be around people that are doing these crazy things and you are uncomfortable with it, but you never say anything. The moment you don't say anything, you condone it. You condone the
Mhm.
behavior. It's okay to be honest with people and give them the truth that they need. Now, when people lash out and they say stuff like, well, I don't see why they, well, you just ain't never heard the truth before. And that's okay. But you're going to have to sit down with this one, let it soak in and sizzle in your spirit and fix you. Like, really fix you. because nobody else is going to fix you. Either it's going to take therapy or it's going to take a come to Jesus meeting by yourself. But it's going to have to take something because you can't continue to move in this manner. Because honestly, I feel like it's the Walmart thing I always say. When the kids are acting up in Walmart, what that means to me is it was never corrected in the home.
Mhm.
Now that it's being displayed in Walmart, now I'm whooping
House.
you in the street. It's too late. You should have been
It
correcting
just
this
being what it
behavior in the
always.
house. Should have been correcting this behavior in the house. It's the same
Mhm.
way with your friends, the same way with your family. Correct the behavior now so you ain't got to deal with the nonsense in the end. Because don't nobody want to hear James is not guilty. No, James been guilty since he was 13. And it
Definitely,
finally
John.
caught up to him because him and John was running together. John was stealing and John was choking people. You gotta get it together. You gotta tell these people they wrong. Give them their truths in the beginning, so you ain't gotta worry about them calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning, collect talking about, hey, you could put something on my books. Ain't nobody want to hear that at 2 o'clock in the morning. Keep
I
James
don't
and
want to hear that
John.
at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right. Keep James and John from doing the things they doing. Why we pick James and John, biblical names? That's why I
I
don't want to
don't
play this
know.
game no more. I don't slap box with Jesus. I told y'all that. All right. Terry said, Jax, you tickled by that Friday reference. Hey, he gonna cry in the car. For sure. Yeah. My mom says, I thought Keisha was gonna say I was about to say that too, Jax. I have no idea. We didn't pull 2 calendars off the wall, ma. I don't know what we talking about.
Ma, that's because we always be about to say the same thing all the
Yeah.
time.
My
It
girl
happen
Keisha
every
said, my
time.
homegirl Keisha said the truth causes people to look at their flaws. It does. And it should.
That's the
It
point.
should.
You
My
got to be
mom,
honest with
exactly the
yourself about
correction
what's
should have
wrong.
started at home, but I don't mind tearing that ass up in Walmart. First of all, you ain't never had to
Ooh,
whoop me
you
in no
got in
Walmart.
Walmart, did you? If you got out of
No, my
line,
mom ain't never had to whoop me in Walmart. First of
you
all,
got
we
the
was too
speech.
silly.
Don't you ask for nothing.
We was too silly. Nah, I did get that. No. You don't want nothing. Don't ask for
Don't
nothing. Don't
ask for
touch
nothing. Don't
nothing. Yeah,
touch nothing.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah. I
yeah.
got that because I wanted everything. I sure did. I was that kid. I wanted everything. GoBots, Transformers, I wanted it all. All right. If accountability is supposed to help us grow, what should it actually look like moving forward?
I think that's a personal definition because everybody's boundary doesn't look the same, and depending on the hurt that is or the action, that then reflects what the boundary looks like. For some of us we need boundaries and apologies. For some of us we need apologies and changed actions. For some of us we just need you to recognize and acknowledge that this is what happened and you saw me, you heard me, you saw me. It literally is that literally is a personal declaration.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Keish.
I'm only gonna say two things. It looks like peace and moving on.
Mm. All right. Y'all heard it. I ain't what else? I don't think I'm supposed to say anything else. I feel they be stumping me because I be having the answers, and then all of a sudden they be like, that's how I know we all on the same page. Because I have my answer, and all of a sudden they'll say it. I'm like, I'm not about to say that again.
That's
I
Jax
heard it.
all the time, like every time, every single
We
time.
I'm gonna start going first. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna stump y'all. Give y'all way too much leeway. Anyway,
Don't
Terry
be big.
says, what if telling someone the truth produces rage and threats of leaving and pure shutting down? Let them leave.
And let them leave.
Let them go. Let them
What's
walk
the
right
what's the
on out.
movement right now? The let them? Let
Let
them.
them.
Let them.
Let them.
Let them go do what it is that they gonna go do.
Yeah, because they was
Because
gonna
if
do it
me
anyway.
telling you something like that throws
Yeah.
you into a rage and you threaten to leave me, you weren't supposed to be with me no way. Bye.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or even if they use it against you, like that's
Bye.
they, bye.
Yeah.
Don't
You
let
got
the
it
door
right
not
though.
miss you or
Let
the good
them
Lord
and
split you.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
That's it. Let them and goodbye. Let them know, hey, guess what? Nothing was
Expiration
done to
date.
the house. We didn't do no renovations on the house. The door is in the same place. You
All
can
of
go.
them.
You can go.
And the windows.
Too
And the
easy.
locks ain't gonna be the same if you try to come back. Bye.
Sure ain't. I mean, the lock's gonna be the same, but that key you got ain't gonna work. I can tell you that for sure. All right. My mom said, you sure did. You want everything you saw like I'm kin to Trump. I'm glad you ain't kin to Trump, but Can't believe you just said that.
I mean, you think your mama
Ooh,
had that money. Everybody know their mama had money back in the day.
yeah.
Don't look at her comment like that. Yeah, see how don't look at her in that tone of voice. Don't look at her in that tone of voice.
And then DJ Single said, "Your mama cussed me out a few times, but I listened." Yes, she did. She did. I'm gonna tell a story one day what my mom did, but to this dude that I went to college with. She cooked. I'm not gonna tell the story now because it's not the right time. But she cooked, and he didn't eat the way he was supposed to eat the food, and she said a few things. So I'm gonna air that out in another episode. But in conclusion, maybe the question isn't whether accountability matters, because it does. The real question is, what are we trying to accomplish with it? If accountability only humiliates, only destroys, only punishes, then who actually grows? Because every single one of us has made mistakes. Every single one of us has needed grace. Every single one of us has benefited from a second chance. So tonight, ask yourself, am I seeking justice or revenge? Do I give people room to grow? Am I as accountable with myself as I am with others? And what kind of world are we creating if nobody is allowed to change? Because accountability should make us better, not just make us bitter. All right. So definitely those 4 questions, ask yourself. All right. So you know what time it is. We have reached that segment of the podcast where I heard my pastor say,
BMJ.
Michael.
all right. Now that they got that out the way. So I heard my pastor say, God is either going to try to bless you with instruction or bless you with experience.
Mm.
Say that again. God is either going to try to bless you with instruction or bless you with experience. See, because experience is not the best teacher, it's the most expensive teacher. Many people struggle with this because we always lack peace wherever we lost trust. And many people struggle with trust because they have experienced some sort of trauma. You see, trust takes the next step, while trauma says, remember what happened the last time. So you got to make a decision. Are you going to live in trust or are you going to continue to live in that trauma? But then there's a certain level of stubbornness that's there that will not allow you to see beyond the trauma. You know, you're stubborn when you've been wrong and you still refuse to admit it. You know why? Because stubbornness is to worship your own opinion. And most of you trust and or value your opinion more than those who have your best interests in mind and even God himself. That stubbornness mostly comes in the form of phrases like, that's just who I am. That's how I've always been. That's how I've always dealt with things. There are things that you are holding on to that are going to cause you to lose your grip on your blessings, your breakthrough, and your favor. Because either you're going to step aside and let God do the work, or you're going to do the work and then that will make him take his hands completely off of you. And he's going to make sure he blesses you with an experience when you should have been blessed with his instructions. So in other words, you must let go, let God, lay your burdens down at his feet and seek his face. That's it. That's all. So if you're not going to let God do his work, be prepared to him to walk away and watch you work and gain the experience instead of you getting those instructions. I'm just saying,
I
which
don't
one
like
you
no
want?
bald lesson. I don't
Which
like no
one you
bald
want?
lesson.
Which one you want? You want the
A
blessing or
taught
the
lesson,
instruction?
not a bald lesson.
Hmm.
Bald lesson
Just saying.
cost a lot.
I'm just saying. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. And please, by all means, don't forget to hit those follow buttons. Jax, where can they follow you?
You can follow me and find me on Instagram and TikTok at dopequeen_786.
DOPE. Once again, I say DOPE. That's how you spell dope, y'all. All right. Peace, where can they follow you?
They can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Keish.
Don't do it.
I'm just joking.
313. Come on.
I'm just
313.
joking. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at 313_Keish. I was just messing with G because he always say I mess up. So
Mm,
Don't you do it?
Kish. Thanks.
all right.
And G, where can they find you?
In the club, bottle village. No, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at GL_Richardson. TikTok and Instagram. All right. You find me on Facebook, you're a creep. Anyway, after you've hit those follow buttons, don't forget to click the link below to subscribe for just $3 a month. Your contribution helps us keep the mics hot, the lights on, and the conversations flowing. Now, we do understand that life is indeed life and right now. And if you can't give, it's okay. We wholeheartedly understand. Now, just do us a favor. Since you're already here, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel right here. You're already here. And if you're listening, it's at Vibe Responsibly Podcast on YouTube. All right. And we thank you in advance for all of your support. And as always, have a phenomenal day on purpose. And we don't know you, but we
But
love
we
you
love
like
you
we
like
Love
we
you like
do.
we
do.
do.
And we out.
Blick, blick, blick. I'm coming in hot.
Hey,
Oh, blick,
hey,
blick, blick.
hey,
I'm coming in hot.
hey, hey. I think we only getting two tonight, y'all. All right.
Yeah, not
Y'all have a
anymore.
good night. We'll catch up with y'all next
You
time,
too.
man.